Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Let's Play Occult Chronicles. Let's get back up into the second floor and continue our adventure to bring down the Elder Vampire. This may be the episode in which we go down into the cellar, because we're about to wrap up the second floor, and then probably what's remaining on the first floor. Then any quest we have will turn in, get whatever other loot or experience we can pick up, and then head downstairs. Where we left off, we defeated everything in the attic, thank goodness. We grabbed another talisman. We have all these awesome edges. I guess I'm gonna quickly hover over them, everybody. You can go ahead and pause the video and read them. I'll quickly do a quick synopsis of them. Lightning Reflexes lowers the difficulty of us evading all traps. Never Gives Up gives us a chance to get courage. Currently it's at 6% for any challenge. Pin Sense, if I don't pick the lock completely, gives me 2 extra points if I don't select the last card on the board, if I leave it face down. Plain Touch gives me a 5% chance to gain charges. Mumbled Wisdom gives me 1, it reduces the difficulty of any lore type check by 1. Combat Anatomy, I'm going to read this because I'm not sure I understand how it works. Whenever a melee weapon's special ability is used, X is added to the bump up applied to any non-face hand cards as a result. Where X is the level of the edge. So when I use my dagger, 2 points are added to the bump up applied to any non-face cards. Maybe this ups it by 4 total. We have Danger Sense, which reveals 2 cards in a scryed state, and Talismaniac, which gives us a plus 20% chance currently to get another talisman, to generate a talisman as a reward if a encounter can generate a talisman. That doesn't necessarily mean we'll pick the correct spot, it just means that it might generate one for us, giving us a greater chance of getting one. These are all cool bones. We got all these 4 clues so far, and we have all these quests that we're still working on completing. Okay, so we're going to take a quick peek around at the second floor, see if there's anything I must go and visit. That's right, we're not really a match for the seance. We don't want to fall back downstairs. The bride, we're reeling information, and there's the plant. The plant man is a part of the quest series for the scientist over here, as is the refrigerator downstairs. Alright, well, let's go ahead and open these up. Oh, hello! This will be the room that has the heads in it. And probably a stuffed crocodile in there. Let's begin by searching this room. And we're looking for clues. An alchemist. You see a grizzled old man dressed in some grungy old robes. He seems aware of your presence and he waves you forward. He introduces himself as the alchemist, and you notice that he is indeed surrounded by a menagerie of strange equipment. Hope I pronounced that correctly. You wonder what on earth he is doing here in this mansion. He doesn't seem at all disturbed that you have dropped in on him. Oof, talking to him is... that's 8 points? My goodness, that's tough. You decide to engage the alchemist in a little conversation to try to discover what he's up to. Thank goodness for our one... what is it? Judgment, plus 2 trick cards, and plus 2 card draws. Unfortunately, it's not a terrible hand. We don't have anything higher than a knight, and we've only got 1 knight. Oh god. Okay, well, we can play the 6 to stop the king. There's a knight. We'll play the 2 to stop us from losing a page. We might as well play our page right now, because we're gonna end up losing them very quickly. Darn it. Shouldn't have done it, actually. Darn you! There goes another one of our pages. And we fail. You continue to make lots of small talk, but besides some pleasant smiles, he doesn't seem quite convinced about you. You feel like he is tossing something over in his mind. Oh god! Alright, well, we'll take 2 points less thanks to that 1 wild card we have in our hand, and we get to try it again. This time we have a King of Wands, and a bunch of numbers, and a Page of Pentacles. We can take the Ace with our 3. Hello, King of Swords. Can't do anything about you. We'll play the Ace on the Knight. Oh my god, this is terrible. Okay, we can take that. Let's play the king and be done with this. He seems to size you up, and you get to the heart of the matter. He wants your help, and he's willing to help you in return. More papers. Yes, young master. You will suffice, I think. I cannot leave this room because... I cannot. But I need my papers returned to me if I am to complete this great work that I have set out to finish. My legacy, you see. He wants you to recover some papers that are nearby. The papers are warded, so you must speak the words of release when you find them. He can't remember exactly where. He mumbles some warning about competitors, and then sends you on your way. Remember that there are multiple papers. Each paper is turned in to a particular person. Wall of trophies. Your attention is drawn to a wall covered in mounted trophy heads. You recognize some of them as big game animals, but others are truly bizarre creatures. You see among others what might be a giant bat's head, a fish man of some sort, and a creature that could only be called a troglodyte. As you come closer, a growing sense of unease begins to dominate your thoughts. You are startled, and a chill shoots down your spine when you realize that the trophies are watching you. Their heads all turn slightly in unison as you approach. Wow. Creepy. Your eyes widen in disbelief as you realize that the trophies are all mounted on the wall are possessed by spirits. You can feel them probing your psychic defenses as they try to get into your head. Oh, nice. Okay, well, we can easily... Well, not so easily, but we had the king to beat their queen. Oops, that was the completely wrong thing. We have an ace. We'll play the ace for the 10. Hopefully we'll get a 2 or 3 for the pentacles. Hey, wonderful. Your mind is strong. Your defenses prevent the spirits from hurting you. I was hoping for some courage or something. The trophies gaze down at you with pleading eyes. You can sense that some of them want to make contact with you psychically. Others look like they would like to tear you apart if they had a body with claws or could get their fangs on you. There is definitely some type of strange sorcery involved here that is binding these spirits to the trophies. You can feel a wave of anger building slowly in the psychic space of this room. Someday, it's going to explode. Flee? Return this bare spirit to the wall. You see the plaque that is missing its head, neatly labeled polar bear. You wonder how it grew a body. Sorcery can work wonders, you guess. Queen and a knight. We gotta get 7 points. We can counter the knight with our ace. We have to take the 3 with our knight. Let's play our queen and win. You mount the head back on the wall, and the spirit suddenly reanimates the head and tries to snap at you. The trophies seem to have grown even angrier with the return of their escaped member. Your psychic barriers are being assaulted on all sides. The sorcery that binds these spirits here is very powerful and very dangerous. You will need to leave soon, or the results could be bad. We'll try fleeing then. Something strange about this place keeps your eyes fixed on the wall. There is a strange sorcery here that draws life essence towards it. You will need all your willpower to turn and escape. We should be able to do this. Oof, well, maybe not if we're drawing all enemy queens. Oh, holy crap! We do manage to get away. You exert all your willpower to step away from the ensorcelled wall. Step by step, you feel its power wane until you are suddenly free. Darn it! I really want to explore the rest of this, but I think instead we will turn in the quest that we have. Downstairs. Uh-oh. Okay, good. The game did load. We might as well turn this quest in here. Let's also save the game really quick. Did we complete the quest for him? We did. Okay. Her name appears to have been Constance, and she is waiting for her betrothed to appear and marry her. You get the feeling that she has been waiting a long time. She wants you to find him, but has no idea where he has been hanging out. She is certain, though, that he is somewhere nearby. You decide to tell the ghostly bride that her groom has passed on to the spirit world and that she should join him there. It's a deception. We have 2 kings and knights on the other sets, so we probably will win this. Once we get all cups. Oh my god, game! Alright. Okay, wow, we didn't get any of her pentacles, but still, we succeeded in lying to her. I don't know what happens if you fail the lie either. I've always succeeded, because by this time, I am higher level, as it were. My stats are up there. You weave an elaborate tale, just as Master Gracely instructed. She seems hesitant to believe you, but I can sense his loathing presence, she hisses. But you finally convince her that she must leave for the spirit world to find her betrothed. She vanishes before your eyes. For experience for that. So we have Whirlwind. Roll 1 bone and bump the card value up on X random non-face cards in hand. Where X number of swords or cups rolled, then draw a card. I like Whirlwind. That's nice to improve all my number cards. Roll 1 bone and bump the card values down on X random revealed non-face trick cards. This is tricky. The problem with this is that when you reveal a trick, when you reveal a trick, you have to play a card on it. So this would be good after we place all our cards. We could then use the Blade Dances to lower all those tricks and maybe score some points. Critical hit. Roll 1 bone and select a revealed non-face trick card and bump its card value down -X. And then add X points to your trick points taken score, where X is the number of swords or cups rolled. Wow! So that lets me point to add a non-face trick card, lower it, and I get to add points to my total because of it. I like that. I think Trick Shot might require a gun. I remember liking Reckless Charge. Roll 1 bone and bump the card values down on X random not yet revealed non-face trick cards. And then draw X cards, where X is the number of swords or cups rolled. Any result cards that are wounds are doubled in the following phases. Oh my god. So, this is used at the beginning of the combat, and any numbers are weakened. And then we get to draw cards. But we take double damage after that. I think we'll stick with critical hit this time. Or, you know what? We should stick with the theme. Roll 1 bone and bump the card value up on X random non-face cards in hand. Plus X. Then draw a card. We'll use Whirlwind. We'll take it. What do we have now for this? We've got Whirlwind and Graceful Evasion. It costs 2 to 3 courage to use Whirlwind whenever we use it. Alright, with that quest turned in... Oh, we still haven't found the guillotine. It must be upstairs. It has to be upstairs. Where's the... Oh, well, no, it doesn't have to be, Tim. It could be over here. Alright, so... Let's check these 3 rooms next. A zombie! You saw them lying on the floor, but you obviously didn't connect the dots. You started off down the hall, giving the burlap sacks a wide berth. You slipped past one large bag and then stopped in your tracks when you heard the ripping sound of cloth being torn by some sharp instrument. You turned to face the sound and witnessed a decaying corpse rising up out of the remnants of the bag. The sharp instruments are razor-like claws. Wishful thinking has put you in a tough position. Body sacks lying on the floor. What did you think was going to happen? Oh my god. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of little cards. Look at this. 5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Wow. And an ace. We have a King of Swords, though, and a Queen of Cups. So, we'll win despite the game's best attempts to not let that happen. Though, technically, if it was its best attempts, we wouldn't have anything. Your mind is strong. You've seen things worse than this wake up in the odd mortuary. Holy crap! We get an edge upgrade. Thinking Talismaniac? They're all good. This would be a 30% chance to get another talisman. 10 cents would be 3 points for not taking the glass card. Let's grab pin cents up a rank. Doors are going to be very tricky to open as we proceed onward. We're going to need all the points we can possibly get. A zombie emerges from a body bag. The undead creature lumbers towards you. You know exactly what it intends. At this point, it is fight or flee. You had better hope the rest of those bags don't start moving. You will, of course, fight it. You decide that the best defense is a good offense. You remind yourself to go for the brain first. By the way, everyone, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I think if you flee sometimes and you're caught, you actually can lose courage, just as a heads up. I think that's something that can happen. Alright, zombie. What we got? And we have good cards, actually. King, knights, and pages. I don't think I need to use my spells. Hello, queen. You can take my ace of cups. I have another cups? I do. Let's play the page. Only a 10 would be a better option to save the page for. Oh, hello, king of wands. You could have my 7. I want to win. Let's do it. And 5 points. That's going to be 4 or 5 card draw. You won the battle. The zombie lies scattered on the floor in several pieces. You decide not to put them back in the bag. Two more experience. I want a talisman edge. Another one. Let's save the game. Air attuned. So I like air attuned because, well, I like all the attunes. The attunes make it so that the chance of me losing the talisman is reduced. And in this case, it's 2 times, what does it say? So it'll be 2% at this, when we take air attuned. And it can be leveled 5 times. In other words, you can keep all of your talismans. With 1 more point, as you can see, oh nice, and it even tells us here, we actually see the result of that. We have a 5% chance now of losing the sunburst, and a 2% chance of losing the storm cloud. The next edge I get will probably go into that newly gained ability there, that new edge. So this way, I can always select the storm cloud without ever worrying about losing it whenever it shows up. A pair of scything blades. Suddenly, you look up and see 2 scything blades racing down the hallway at you. They are razor sharp, and suspect they might be able to cut you in half. Instinctively twist over the blades. Acting on pure instinct, you attempt to twist and rotate over the high-waist blades. Okay, well, there's a 10. Good to know that's there. Okay. Actually, how do I have one of these? Why do I have a scryed one? I'm not sure why I have a scryed one here on the trap. No, I don't have an edge that does that, do I? Okay, well, anyway, I do see that card. That can stay there. I'll use my queen on it. Ah, perfect. We can actually now use my queen on the knight instead and win this challenge. By a great deal, actually. Queen, you can have my swords. Your acrobatic maneuver comes off without a hitch. The blades pass underneath you, and then at the end of their run, seem to be sucked back into the wall. Give me some courage. 1 life. Okay. You found the clue. -1 target level. You find the charred remains of a crucifix on the floor. It looks like it just burst into flames and then went out. Oh, God. Holy crap. Good help is hard to find. Some of the protectors have been resisting their conditioning, and old personalities are trying to reassert themselves. All challenges that involve swords as the primary suit receive a minus... Okay, so they're one less in difficulty. A smoldering corpse. Your attention is drawn to a burnt corpse sitting in a charred but yet still comfortable leather chair. The smell of burnt human flesh is overwhelming at first. You have encountered it before, and no matter how often you've experienced it, it always initiates a slight gag reflex. You take a closer look at the body to see if you can figure out what happened. That's when the hands unclench from the armrests and beckon you closer. Your eyes widen in disbelief as the burnt corpse motions you closer. "Come here, will you?" it whispers in a long, drawn-out moan, actually. Darn, I messed it up. Alright, let's play the ace on you, Queenie. You can have the 7 as well, Mr. King. We will take this 8, allowing us to win the horror check. Your mind is strong. You have seen things far worse than this. In fact, a few years back, you were assigned to a detail that had to clean up after an Agent Sherman mess. One crispy body doesn't even come close. I don't know what this is referring to. The creature does not seem to be able to leave its chair, being partially melted into the back of it. You think you hear something. The burnt corpse talks in the slightest audible whisper. Its mouth barely moves. Don't smoke. Grab some of the fingers. Oh, this is what it uses as cigars, that one ghost. This thing seems almost seared into the chair. The fingers are what catch your eye. So this is what the gentleman ghost meant. They do indeed look like cigars. You decide to grab a bunch of them. We have a good draw here as well. Oof! Hello, King of Pentacles. You can have my 4. Let's end this. You snatch a few of the fingers and put them in your pocket. Not able to leave its chair, the creature howls in anger. One experience point. I think cups or swords should probably be next. Yeah, I think so. We could grab another spell, but I don't think I need one. Oh, flee, evade, hide might be useful too, as might another lock edge. Let's begin improving our cups. A locked door. You see a locked wooden door. There was a worn keyhole right where it belongs, but no sign of a key anywhere. So unfortunately, again, everyone, this doesn't work. It doesn't remove the door. It doesn't change it into one of these ones, unfortunately. Well, I'll have to pick the lock. Wow, picking the lock is now better? Oh, no, not really. Bashing the door in is always better for us. Yeah. I guess we're not the lock-picky type of thief with Harley. She is a kick-the-door-in thief. Target level's 1 less here, but we get 9 draw over here. I'd rather have the options. It looks sturdy, but with a little effort, you might be able to kick or shoulder your way through. This is an old house, after all. 2 knights and a page. No reason to not play the page here. It would take the 10, and the 10 can take everything lower than it. Oof. Hello, King of Swords. You can have my 5. Pentacles. Uh-oh. Woo! Splinters and the loud noise announce your success and battering down the door. The way lies open now. How many times, viewer, have you watched me do that and been like, now Tim, select this one? Or been like, yeah, that's the one to select, and it was or wasn't what you it was or wasn't the answer. It's a shame that the game doesn't show you what was present after it's done. I would have really liked that, to at least have seen what we could have gotten from these challenges. This looks like there's going to be an evil nurse in here. Oh god! I'll be right back, everyone. A brain bot. You hear the taps of its metal legs on the floor, and then see it emerge from the shadows. A brain bot. Soldier slaves created by the Tellerasti from human victims to fight in their interdimensional wars. They are quick, efficient, and merciless. Nothing remains of their past humanity. The thought of it is horrifying. Hey everyone. So that spot is bugged, and I can't actually click on it, but I can go past it, which is kind of weird, but the game didn't crash. So we're going to keep playing a tiny bit, and I need to save this in a different save slot in case other things go horribly wrong. That's my way of saying that, holy crap, we might not be able to enter this room. Your eyes widen in disbelief as you behold the human brain encased in its robot body. Oh, a bunch of numbers. The fact, see, whenever we don't get face cards, that means the odds of them being on the board are higher. Right? Because we have them in our hand. Which is what happened there. Your mind is weak. You feel overwhelmed with fear. You wonder if you will end up a slave trapped in a metal tomb. The brainbot seems to be on patrol. You should act quickly before it summons reinforcements. We will attack the brainbot. Its weak spot is the motivator underneath its carriage. It's a difficult spot to hit unless you can manage to flip them over. I don't think I need to use either of them. I'm sorry, whirlwind at the moment. Oof. Let's use that right then. Take the 4 with our 5. Wonderful. We might as well use one of these cards. In fact, we'll use the king. Because we have the king, the queen, and knight both as well. That doesn't matter. You won the battle. The brainbot sparks and sputters as the cerebral fluid leaks out of the brain case. Yep, so this is where we are. I can't seem to get to that spot. Hello, secret passage. You lead right back out in the hallway again. Interesting. Let me quickly save the game in the backup spot. Can I walk here? No. It won't let me walk there. Interesting. Lots of secret passage. Lots of locked secret doors. We could try to pick the lock for more points. You discovered a secret wooden door. It blends in almost seamlessly with the wall, but your keen senses were still able to detect it. Finding it is one thing. Figuring out how to open it is another. We will bash the door in. Oh, come on, game. Nothing but numbers. That's really bad for us. And of course, numbers on their side are also high numbers. Oh, never mind. Okay, holy crap, we actually did it. You battered down the door. So much for being a secret. The way now lies open. I wonder what that is there. A crossbow trap. You hear a twang and look up to see a crossbow bolt heading your way and aimed at your heart. Combat roll, probably the... Yep. Your battle instincts kick in and you drop to the floor and roll away. There's another 10, and we have like the same one we had last time. We'll hold on to the queen until I need it. Take the ace of pentacles with our 3. Use the ace on their queen there. Take the 2. Take the 3. Oh, that was a mistake. That was a huge mistake what I just did. If it... actually, it's not. If the king shows up, we have a 4 and 5 we can play. You drop to the floor and roll, avoiding the lethal bolt. Wanted to check that for a clue. How are we looking? A doorknob monster. You see a typical wooden door. However, when you go to turn the knob to open it, it transforms into a vicious mechanical mouth that sinks its teeth into your hand. The pain is agonizing and you pull back your hand in alarm, only to find it hasn't been hurt at all. Actually forcing myself as a target of 5. We'll try this. Actually, do I have a door? I have a door. We should always go for the door because we have a key. We have a edge for this. There is more than one way to skin a cat. It looks very sturdy, and you notice on closer examination that it has been reinforced beyond your average door, but with a little effort, you might be able to kick or shoulder your way through. The only reason I'm doing this is for the reward afterwards. Oh, game. Oh, okay, not bad. Pentacles and a knight. And we have to use our King of Pentacles. It is the only thing that can be used here. It's the only Pentacle card we have. That lets us win. Now we need to hope that we can get more points for more rewards afterwards. Success! The door crashes open. Splinters and a loud noise announce your success in battering down the door. The way now lies open. Oh, did I really not go downstairs to the main door? That's interesting. I thought I did. The Iron Maiden. You approach what appears to be a metal coffin. Suddenly, you stop dead in your tracks. A wave of horror sweeps over you. The coffin is actually an elaborate Iron Maiden, and it radiates a pure evil that undermines the foundations of your sanity. You steel your mind against the thing that occupies the metal monster. You feel it probe your mind for some weakness. Well, it's going to have to do a lot better than that with this draw that we've got. Oof. Hello, King. Oh, I was confused. I was like, wait, what? It was this one I pulled over. We'll spend our queen. It's over. You have kept your sanity. That's awesome! Another edge upgrade. I wanted air swords attuned. Now, there's no chance that our one talisman will be lost, and this one's down to 3%, I think. You sense the ancient evil that resides in the steel monster. You recall in your mind a file from a case in the Hoia-Basu region of Romania in the 1640s. I apologize, all you Romanians who are watching this video, who I've murdered that name of that, oh god, province? A mad prince forged it from the melted down holy relics of the surrounding towns, and then tempered it in a giant vat filled with the blood of virgin peasant girls. Wow! Wow! That's pretty hardcore. A ritual of some sort empowered the vessel to serve as the repository of an evil spirit that had bargained with the prince. It must abide there even now. So I'm going to leave this. You decide to slowly back away from this metal canister of evil. Despite the fact that you can feel it yearning for your blood, you know that you can turn your back and walk away. It's probably a good choice. This will be an encounter I am willing to use one of my 2 reloads for. We can attack it and destroy it. We can use sorcery to destroy it, although it's... Oh, that's interesting. One more trick, but we can either beat it up. However, we can climb inside of it. You get a special edge if you get inside of it and you survive. But I think you can die flat out from this. We're going to climb inside of it. It's a crazy idea and you know it. You feel it calling to you. It wants your blood. It needs your blood. The question is, though, is it strong enough to take it? Oh, this is good. We have 2 aces, but we have 2 kings for the same suits. And that's basically all we've got. So we're going to have to pray, awesome, for a queen of that suit. And we got her. If we're really lucky, we'll get the wands as well. Wow. Almost all swords. In the end, it could not break you, and that which does not destroy you makes you stronger. Kiss of the Maiden. During the results phase of any challenge option that has the poison or evade trap type, you are immune to the first 3 points of health loss that might occur. Wonderful. That combined with our suit of armor will really help us out. Plus we have that 1 courage, graceful evasion. We should lose almost no we should take almost no damage from traps. A strange locked door. You see a large locked door with a grotesque stone or chimeric arm protruding from its center. There is no sign of a keyhole anywhere. Inspecting the arm closer, you notice that it looks poised to offer you an arm wrestle. Indeed, the arm looks like it might rotate on the wall. Perhaps wrestling it would offer access to what lies beyond. Oh, that's not so hard. The hand and the arm seem to be mocking you. You decide to grip the arm firmly by the hand and wrestle it. Perhaps in this way, the door will open. It is a lock, right? So I want to leave one unturned trick. That's the only swords we've got. We'll take their ace. This isn't looking good for us. But we win. You win the contest of strength. It wasn't easy, but gradually you managed to move the arm counterclockwise. Several times it seems to want to wrench your arm out of its socket, but in the end you prevail. The door clicks open. We got a ton of experience early on in the game, and now we're not getting nearly as much. A disturbing tapestry. Your attention is drawn to an old tapestry hanging on the wall that depicts a medieval battle of some sort. It looks like it should be in a museum. Examining the battle scene a little closer, you immediately notice the large red hand that divides the two groups of armored knights. Suddenly, the battle seems to come to life. Knights charge the hand on both sides and are knocked to the ground. You stare at it in amazement, wondering if you are hallucinating. Your eyes widen in disbelief as the battle unfolds before you. A ghostly vapor seems to enshroud the tapestry. I have no wands to take that 2 of wands. Uh-oh. Wow. This is bad. That's a lot of wand cards. Good. We hold on to our sanity anyway. Wow, 4 wands on that side. Oh my god. Your mind is strong. You have seen things far worse than this. You remember that night that you spent in the museum at Miskatonic University? If you could survive that, then this should be no problem. The tapestry is obviously animated by some type of sorcery. It might even be possessed by some malign spirit. You should proceed with caution. It isn't unheard of for something like this to function as a doorway or portal to another dimension. Once in, you might not get back out. We can destroy it, we can find the key, or dispel it. We want the key. This is obviously the key for the red hand card game ritual that you found earlier. You decide to examine the tapestry more closely to decipher the key. This might be risky. It's a lore, so that's why we have 2 tricks and 7 draw. That's a decent hand. A queen of cups, 2 knights of different suits, and a page. Let's use one of our knights here. I know the 6 would arguably be better, but I'm nervous about getting a queen or a king next. If I play the 2, we've won. But then I can't use the queen. But if there's a king of cups here, we'll risk it, because that lets us win. Awesome. Got 2 extra points. We'll use the knight here, because the page beats all the numbers that are lower, and we've got the page, which means only a king and queen will give me worry. You almost didn't see it at first, but the key is built into the movements of the 2 armies of knights as they prance around the battlefield. You quickly note down the corresponding cards and their locations. Let's save the game again. Oh, this will be where the toys are located that we needed for the crying ghost, somewhere in this room. Book on a stand. You notice a large tome set in an ornate reading pedestal. It's apparent that the book is bound in human skin. You have seen such things in odd special collections. You feel a presence nearby. Yes, you are being watched, but the strongest emanation is from the tome itself. You could swear that it is alive. Is it breathing? No. That must be your imagination. Your training has included research into countless forbidden tomes. You can read a dozen dead or lost languages. Perhaps you can find some useful information here. Not with this draw, we're not. Oh, God. Terrible. You begin to read. With each page you turn, you grow more uneasy. Something feels wrong. Suddenly you realize that there is an evil intelligence in the tome, and it has gotten into your mind. Its will is stronger, and it snaps you like a twig, mocking your weakness, and making you feel tiny and ashamed. You fall to the ground, sobbing. No impairment, please. Okay, that's fine, because we reduce damage from that. You have made a grave mistake. You have awakened it. The tome is possessed, and it hungers for your soul. You must fight for your sanity. Try and resist the power of the evil within the tome. You must compose yourself from your sobbing fit in time to resist the will of the evil intelligence abiding in the tome. It wants to devour your mind, and it will feed off your despair. You must brace yourself for its psychic assault. That's an okay hand. We have way too many low-level cards. Isn't this a psychic? Can I use Chain Spirit here? You battle psychic, but it's not a oh, I guess we can't. I mean, it's not green, so or at least it's not possible yet. Well, we won. You build a psychic citadel that even this horror cannot breach. The evil genius imprisoned in the tome is easily rebuffed, but still remains very potent. Let's try again. We got back the one sanity we lost. What's the worst that could happen to us? Oh, God. 3, 3, 2, ace. Oh. Come on, game. What are you doing? This is just terrible. Okay. Woo, we won. And we even won with 3 points in the end, despite our terrible draw. You begin to read the tome and realize that you have established a mind link with an evil intelligence that resides within. Your will is stronger, and it bows before you, revealing new vistas and hidden knowledge. Oh, a spell! Lore of Quipiloth. Roll 1 bone and select a face card in your hand and swap it with any played card to take a trick, regardless of suit. Then draw X cards, where X is the number of pentacles rolled divided by 2. Sorcery, divination, dispel lore, and puzzles. Oh, we should save the game. Harley is looking really impressive. She has a huge repertoire of various abilities, skills, and items. Another clue. -2 target level. You notice that all the mirrors that you encounter have been broken. There'll be 2 encounters in here, I think. The dolls and probably the children. A gang of possessed dolls. Your attention is drawn to the clattering sounds of wood striking wood. You could swear you were hearing wooden shoes scampering around in the gloom in front of you. Suddenly, you see a small group of porcelain dolls scurrying towards you, animated by some strange sorcery or curse. These dolls look angry, and they are armed as well. This isn't something that you see every day. A murderous gang of porcelain dolls heading towards you and obviously intent on spilling your blood. You stand there amazed, caught between panic because of the danger and laughter at the absurdity of the scene. Well, this is... We'll probably win, and we will with that. I'm glad we're getting stuff like this up here. Maybe we'll get better draws later on. I know it sounds like I'm complaining a lot. I do apologize for that. Well, really, what I don't think I've gotten it across yet. We could easily lose badly later on in the game. If we get, let's say we draw this, but our target level will be like 13, and if we get like no successes, we're gonna die from like that single encounter, or we're gonna end up with so much hit points and impairments because we lost that encounter. It's gonna be terrible. So even though it looks like we're doing really well, that can all be erased instantly if we get a really bad encounter. Your mind is strong. The horror only toys with you before you brush it aside. Vic, I love you to death. The toys jump around you like how do I say this word? Maniacal goblins looking for treats on Halloween. They swing and jab their blades at you. Oddly, one of the dolls is carrying around a ragged doll of its own. You quickly remember an old case file about an insane toy maker named Henry Stoff who captured children's souls and imprisoned them in toys. Could this be a Stoff collection? You realize this is not going to end well. You're going to have to either fight or flee. Wow, okay, spells. Oh, spells are the best bet we've got here. Wow, it really is. All right. There are spells that you are familiar with that you can use to sever the nexus with the vessel. Oh, that's a lot of low cards. 4, 3, 2, 6, 5, 2, and an 8. We have one King of Pentacles. Please let us get a Pentacles here. I need to play it to win. I was lucky. Took their ace with our 2. You channel your energy into one, and then another. Cracks in the doll's faces begin to appear, then suddenly you can see the spirit energy flow out and climb to the ceiling. The dolls suddenly fall limp to the floor. Our first spell cast, I think. We gained Possessed Doll named Danny. Our swords penalty, however, is at -2 with this in our inventory. Thankfully, we didn't have to drop anything, but we can't pick up anything else while this is here. That's a sword item. We'll go for swords next, I think. Actually, no. I'll want a lock and device edge next. We might as well continue to explore up here. Oh no! Game's crashed. Alright, everyone. I'll be back again. That was weird. Okay, it just wouldn't let me click on anything, but now it's working fine again. A haunted guillotine. You see the outline of its distinctive shape in the gloom. It still takes you a second or two to realize exactly what it is. A guillotine. This, however, is no normal guillotine. The mouton and blade are pulled up high glisten... what? The mouton and blade pulled up high glistens with wet blood, and the bascule seems to beckon to you. There's a bunch of words I'm not familiar with. You feel tired suddenly, and then you realize that you have somehow unknowingly taken a few more steps towards the death machine. You feel a wave of panic engulf you as you realize that this cruel instrument of death is slowly drawing you closer. You realize that you must resist its siren call or risk losing sanity and just possibly your head. Oh my god. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All of cups. 7. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. An ace and a 5. The only good card we've got is a knight, which will let us win, thank goodness. We didn't even get any cups, for crying out loud. You will your feet to stand their ground and shield your mind from whatever foul sorcery is at work here. You stand before a work of art. Polished wood and burnished brass fittings adorn the guillotine. The craftsmanship is astonishing, and the spattered blood detracts from it not at all. You can also sense the arcane curse that has bound an evil spirit to this horrible contraption. How many victims have caught sight of it, only to find themselves sleepwalking to their doom? Use the Vorchomedian release. The release phrase taught to you by the head on the stake should sever the nexus of the curse that binds the wicked spirit inhabiting the guillotine. Let's hope you were paying attention. Klaatu? Baratu? Necktie? Armies of Darkness. I haven't watched that movie in years. Oh my god, game. Where's my face cards? Let's play the page. Looks like we forgot the words. Alright then. You said the words. At least that's what you told yourself. Looks like you might need to pronounce them a little better next time. Again. I am so disappointed with the amount of terrible cards we are drawing, because it means all of their cards are fantastic. Alright then. You said it wrong again. At least we're failing up here on an easy challenge. There we go. Success. and with a bunch of extra points in the end. You feel the nexus snap as the curse is broken and the spirit swirls away into some other alien dimension. That's a talisman. A fire talisman, though. This is not affected by the other edge we got. This is 60% with a 6% chance of release. So, we're still going to go crazy trying to get my air stuff down with that one edge. Oh, the ghost students are here as well. At first they look like small reflections of light playing off the floor and the moon. They appear to dance and circle around the room, which upon further consideration seems very odd. Suddenly you realize that you're observing the ghosts of 4 children, playing merrily by themselves. The quiet serenity of the deathly scene is shocking. The quiet serenity... these children don't seem to realize that they are dead. Your mind is overwhelmed by the utter sadness of the scene. How long have they danced through these empty rooms and halls? You fight to keep your sanity from slipping away. We'll use the knight. Oh, I have a pentacles here? I do. Ah, darn it. Should have kept it later. We'll use the queen, get lost ourselves a lot of points. Maybe we'll get lucky and get some arcane power. You've kept your sanity. Sad as it is, you have endured much worse hauntings than this. The ghostly children seem stuck in a perpetual game of Ring Around the Rosie. They pay you no attention whatsoever as they go about their game over and over. This must be Miles and Flora and their friends. You decide to use your psychic talents as a medium to convince the children that it is time to return to the governess. Well, it's probably not going to work with what we've got in our hands. Oh, it did. Awesome. You enter a deep trance and reach out to the children. You catch their attention by asking to join in the game. They look at you and decide the fun is over. Soon they line up to return to the governess. They march behind you wherever you go. Okay. Where are we going now? We are on the first floor? Yes, we are on the first floor. Oh, we're on the first floor. This is the... I thought this led into our room. That's leading upstairs. How can we get... Oh, God, we gotta go back up and around. Alright. Now the question becomes, what's the best way to begin turning in these quests? We have this one to turn in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quests to turn in. Wow, awesome. And this one we just can't do anything with. Okay. What's up? What's over here? Oh, it's gonna be tricky actually to get it all in a decent order. We also need to check the papers. I think our best bet is to come up this way. Stop here to turn in the ghost teacher. Come down here, turn in the head on the stake. And then... Oh. Search the papers on this side, Tim? Why don't you do that later? If I come over here, there's more papers over here. We're going to get 1 or 2 tokens, given the amount of backtracking we have to do through this place. More papers. There's also the path out into the garden, but I don't think we're going to do it. I don't think we're going to be able to find time, because we're definitely going to draw 2 more tokens here. There aren't many quests, if any, down in the cellar either. The cellar is basically survival, as a heads up. Yeah, we'll come up this way, come over here. Turn that quest in. No, Tim, I think you should go this way. We come up here, turn in the ghost teacher. Come down here, turn in the head on the stake. Go all the way down here, get those papers, do the boxer. That's not disgusting. Do the challenge there. Get more papers. Turn in this. Turn in that. Turn in Gentleman's Ghost. Turn in this. Go upstairs and turn in the rest of what we've got. Well, let's get started. Class 1 Haunting. Hello. We've done this battle, this dance many times now. Wow! 3 experience for that. That's crazy. Crazy good, but still. Begin working toward another lock. Would be faster to go over here, but I don't want to risk falling. The ghost teacher. The governess wants you to find her wards, Miles and Flora, and some of their friends who have joined them over the years. She has no idea where they are, but they must be around the house somewhere. She implores you to help her find her wayward students. You decide to tell the governess that you have found the children, and succeeded in convincing them to return to their studies. The children march back into the schoolroom, and the governess sighs in relief. She announces to you, "This house really isn't safe, you know. I suspect a secret here. A mystery of Udolpho, or an insane, an unmentionable relative kept in unsuspected confinement." Well, the more experience is good. What are we taking? Master Lockpick is decent, just lowers the difficulty flat out. We're going to be a little more tricky, though, and take Mechanical Manipulator. For any lock challenge, the value of any face... Oh, actually, is there a device challenge? Or are these all locks? Oh, wow. Master Scrubber. Your initial card draw for any lock challenge must include at least X face cards, where X is the level of the edge. That would give us guaranteed face cards, but our draw would be so decent. We'll take Mechanical Manipulator. For any lock challenge, the value of any face card remaining in your hand is added to your trick-taking score if you have X or fewer face cards remaining in your hand. So if you have 1 face card left in our hand at the end of a challenge, we would get that face card points. We'll take Mechanical Manipulator. Begin working towards swords next. Alright, what's next? I think we're going down here to turn in the head on the stake. The head seems eager to communicate with you. You approach the head and notice immediately the big smile on its leather-like face. You did it! Marvelous! The head now wants you to destroy him, and you oblige by speaking the Vochmarunian release once more. The head collapses into a pile of dust at the base of its stake. During the results phase of any successful challenge options that has the psychic type, there is a 5% chance that a Nothing of Interest card will be turned into a Psychic Talent card. Psychic talents don't have a negative effect that you can see. Know that whenever you use one, though, there's an invisible ticker which increases. And if you don't let, I think if you don't let that run out, you will end up dying horribly. Just as a heads up. We need the papers if I'm going upstairs. It's kind of a shame. That's a long way down there. But I can't reach him, though, Tim. There's no easy way to reach him. Oh, we could go down here and over. Turn that in. No, let's try to complete a few more quests. We'll grab those papers. I can risk waiting until the token's here, but that's really close to the end of the game. More zombies from the body bags. I need to play the king, or we're gonna lose this one. Holy crap, 3 experience points. I don't even know what we want next. Let's take, take another talisman edge next. You think this might be the stash of papers that the Rakshasa sent you after. You should be careful in case the ward can harm you. If we have pentacles, we'll do okay with a king, with a queen, and a knight. But we're not going to get lucky, are we? Oh, thank God. You sense the ward, and since it is not directly attuned to you, you're able to defeat it temporarily. You quickly gather up the manuscript pages and put them in your pockets. Oh, that was an accident. I'm glad I took it, though. Do we do the boxer battle? You can get a decent edge from it. Let's try. The Ghost Boxing Manager. You see the unmistakable outlines of an old boxing ring. You guess that it's been years since it was last used, since it is covered with dust and the ropes seem old and frayed. Even now, though, you can smell the stale odor that permeates most gyms. Suddenly, you realize that there is a figure standing in front of the ring. A ghostly apparition of a boxing manager looks over to you and motions for you to come over. A wave of panic sweeps over you. The attention that you have drawn from this ghost makes you very uncomfortable. You feel completely overcome by fear, wondering what this ghost wants with you. You feel your sanity ebbing away. We didn't get any successes, but we didn't take any damage. The ghostly boxing manager keeps waving you over. It obviously wants to communicate with you. Sure. You decide to use your psychic talents as a medium to find out what the ghostly manager wants from you. Have my ace. How's that? That sounds good to me. Take that with our page. Perfect for it. Wow. That was amazing. You enter a trance and begin speaking with the ghostly boxing manager. He has a series of fights lined up for you, and he's anxious to get you into the ring. I knew you would do it, Slugger. So now all you gotta do is jump in that ring 3 times and win, win, win. 3 fights are set up for you and 3 titles are up for grabs. A ghostly crowd is suddenly gathered all around the boxing ring. You see the ghost of an attractive woman holding up a card above her head as she strolls around the ring. You can't quite make out what's on it. Get into the ring. This should be easy. All you have to do is pull yourself up and climb into the ring. Why is the physical test a 13, Mr. Davis? Why is it a 13? We'll risk not needing to use the king so early. Oh, now I have to use the king. The ropes part and you bounce in with a flourish. You're off to a good start. 3 courage, wonderful. Well, Whirlwind's the only other one we've got. You look over at your first ghost opponent. He looks like a lightweight. You can't figure out who this fighter was in his previous life. Your manager comes up to you and whispers, "Watch out for this guy. He could punch you in the neck and break your ankle." Suddenly you feel very afraid. That's a pretty powerful ability he has. We beat him. Oh, we've kept your sanity. Now you need to kick some ghost butt. The bell is about to ring. You're standing in your corner ready to go out and fight. Box the ghost. Yep, these are all psychic challenges, by the way. You're not sure how you actually box a ghost. Probably with your mind, you suppose. You will try and enter a trance and fight the ghost psychically. Do I use the king? I'll risk that we won't need him right away. Oh, we had to use him anyway. We're all in now. I want the most points possible. You enter the trance and then hear the bell ring. You pummel the poor ghost senseless. You are declared the winner. Wonderful. Let's take Mechanical Manipulator up a rank to max it out. This will mean that I get points for having 2 face cards at the end of a device or trap. Sorry, lock or mechanical device. You look over at your next ghost opponent. He looks like a middleweight. Once again, you can't figure out who this fighter was in his previous life. Your manager comes up to you and gives you some advice. Once that bell rings, you're on your own. It's just you and the other guy. What is this useless crap? Useless? This one looks bigger and stronger. You struggle to control the panic rising inside of you. Can you imagine that? You're a boxer and the guy goes, man, good luck, you're gonna need it. Holy crap, this guy's tough. Like, what the heck? No. No. That's not what you say. That's not what you say. I need to be inspired, not terrified. Now you've kept your sanity. You need to kick some more ghost butt. I kind of wish I didn't have to do the sanity checks for each ghost. You won that last one, but this guy looks bigger and stronger. Hopefully your psychic talents are up for this. I don't even have any psychic talents. We have a King of Pentacles. That is the only face card we've got. Wow! And we drew the Queen of Pentacles, though. That lets us win heartily. Now everything else is just bonus points. Wow, we're getting a ton of them. Awesome. This fight's a lot tougher. You exchange psychic punches and circle around each other. After a flurry of blows, you hear your opponent cry out, "No mas!" And the fight is over. You look over at your last ghost opponent. He looks like a heavyweight. You can't figure out who this fighter was in his previous life. Your manager comes up to you and whispers some last words of advice. It's what you do with fear that matters. You struggle to control the panic rising inside of you. This ghost you are facing ripples with muscles of psychic energy. Oh. Okay, we have a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Swords. That's not so bad. Oh, but we have to get one of those card types to show up. Not looking good for us. You kept your sanity. Now you need to go out there and show them who the champion is. Oh, this one's gonna be tough. This is the last fight. Sure, this guy looks like a wraith on steroids, but you got something he ain't got. Style, baby. Oh, that's a good draw. A Queen of Cups, a King of Swords, and a Knight of Wands. We have, options. Hello, King of Cups. We can't do anything with you. Earn some points there. Let's go for the victory. You trade blows for 30 minutes before you land a decisive hit. The ghost's head explodes in a cloud of ectoplasmic mist. You didn't think that could happen. The crowd is stunned, and then you start hearing the chant, "Killer! Killer! Killer!" The roar of the crowd has eerily disappeared, but you stroll around the ring with your gloves held high. You decide to go over to your manager and thank him. I always believed in you, champ. Now go hit the showers. Oh, I thought we got a special edge for this. We don't. The Trident, a water talisman. Okay, nice. This is looking really good. We have lots of talismans now. We also picked up quite a bit of experience points. We still want air talisman, though. I think we do. What is this? Oh! Whenever an air talisman should be removed from your possession, there is an X% chance it will remain anyway, where X is 10 times the level of the edge. Why don't we take something like that for fire instead? Actually, what is this? Oh, wow. This will add a percentage chance that our talisman will show up. If we can get this leveled along with the other air talisman, we can get these to show up at a decent rate. Let's pick Air Harmony. Let's take another talisman edge. No, I want to hold on to it at the moment. Let's take nothing at the moment. We're going to hold on to our points. We probably should stop, everyone. I'm going to search the room. And we'll stop here. We've been playing for like over an hour now. So thank you guys for watching. When we come back, we'll turn in the rest of our quests. And then we're going downstairs to the cellar. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do that before this token is drawn. Oh, sorry, before this one is drawn. Otherwise, I don't think we'll be able to do it. Arguably, I should go down now. We're in incredible shape for this. But I do want to turn in a handful more quests. Alright, everyone. I'll be back in the next one. Thank you guys.